CyberLife, the company that manufactured me, is conducting a user survey. Would you like to participate?
Would I like to participate in a survey? Hold on. So, left, right, left. I'm gonna leave that in. Because this game's just thrown this straight at my face. I didn't even get the chance to sync up. I could have synced up in the main menu when I was supposed to. Anyway! Welcome back. Welcome back to Devotes Become Human. Apparently, I can't even remember this poor android's name. But they're asking me if I want to do a survey.
Great. Let's start.
Yeah, sure, right.
Would you consider having a relationship with an android that looks like a human?
Yeah, I'm recalling. Would I consider? I mean, I suppose I would. There's still some form of... They're still human-like at the end of the day. It's not like you're asking me if I was going to have a relationship with a cat or a dog. It's something that's human-shaped and has the capacity to be like a human. Yeah, sure.
Do you think that technology could become a threat to mankind?
Oh, hell aye. I mean, people worry about this sort of thing every day. I mean, it's not something I've particularly thought about in length, but it's something that does linger in the back of the mind that, yes, technology could be a threat.
If you had to live on a deserted island and could only bring one object, what would it be?
If I had to live on a deserted island and only bring one object... Oh, that's a good one. That's a good question. I'm not entirely sure. I couldn't take one book, let's put it that way. I couldn't take a book because I've got too many books that I like to read. And I get bored of reading the same thing over and over and over again. If it'd been a book series maybe, then possibly. Excuse me. A cell phone would be good in the beginning, but it all depends if you've got the power to charge the phone. And if you're living on a deserted island, then you're not going to have the chance. So once that phone is dead, it's going to be dead, and there's nothing you can do because there's no power supply on said phone unless you manage to... Even then, you couldn't really create a power source, could you? So that one's kind of out. A pen and paper, it depends. Again, it depends on your situation. Because you could use a pen and paper to send out a distress call, but then you'd need to find some way of sending that call out via bottle or whatever. And then there's a highly unlikely chance that anybody's ever going to find that message. So that's... And you're going to run out of paper eventually. A console, again, what's the point of... Unless it's a 3DS, and even then, it's limited by its power supply. There's no point taking a PS4 or an Xbox. Again, because power supplies, you haven't got the supply for the console, you haven't got a supply for a TV. And even a 3DS has only got a limited power supply because of the battery. An instrument is... You could take an instrument, I suppose, because you can always learn things with an instrument. Different tunes, different melodies, all that kind of thing. And you can always improve it, and you wouldn't get bored as easy as you would, say, reading the same book over and over, or writing messages, or wondering when your phone's going to die, so...
Do you consider yourself dependent on technology?
Would I consider myself dependent on technology? Me personally, that's a bit of a hard question, really, because I use a lot of technology. But I don't depend on it for my... Personally, I don't depend on it to live on. At work, I use a computer a lot, but the system is there. Because I work in a hospital. The system is there for the patients. To keep the patients going. To keep the patient's information updated. I personally do not depend on that technology to keep me in hospital, to keep me alive, and to keep me going. I'm the person who puts the data in, not the person who's there. Needing orders, needing supplies, needing equipment to live. So I don't depend on that. And I don't depend on my equipment, my technology, to provide me with lifestyles. Sure, I do the whole YouTube thing. I don't get paid for doing YouTube. I don't have the monetization. I don't have the subscribers at the minute. I don't have it. YouTube is a hobby to me. I like how the hand is going as I'm all explaining this, but you can't even see it. I don't depend on the technology for YouTube to make a living. I go to work. I work at the hospital to earn my living. I don't use YouTube as a living, so I don't depend on the technology, like the PC, like the phone, like whatever, to live. I could, in theory, go to work, do my work, come home, sit and read a book for the rest of the night. I'm going to say don't no to this one, because I do still depend somewhat for news, for people to get in contact. Hell, I've got to rely on technology like the likes of Facebook to keep in contact with the family, because if I didn't, I'd never hear from them. But that is just the way technology has evolved.
What technology do you most anticipate?
We've already got some form of androids. I'm not too clear on it, but there are. Japan, I know. Japan's got fucking everything. Japan does, they're not so much androids, but they're like robots that do jobs for you. But it's a whole different ball game when it comes to stuff like that. Flying cars, I can't drive. I am 29 years old and I still haven't learned to drive, and I hate cars. I hate them with a passion. I hate being in them, I hate being anywhere near them. If I had to drive, it would actually be a motorbike, so unless I can get a flying motorbike, I'm not interested in flying cars. Space. I love space. I love the concept of space. I'd love to go out there. At the same time, I am terrified of space and what it contains, because if you've read the likes of War of the Worlds, it just shows you what can happen if we come into contact with aliens. Those aliens out there, there will be aliens out there. We cannot be the only living thing in this universe. And if those aliens come to Earth and they find us, there's no guarantee those aliens are going to be friendly. So I love the thought of space travel. I love the thought of getting out there and seeing what the Earth is like from a different point of view, and seeing what Mars, Jupiter, even Neptune or Uranus. Saturn's my favourite planet, by the way. I love the whole ring thing. Just seeing, or maybe even going out as far as we can, seeing the tiny Pluto. That should be a planet, but it's not anymore. Or even going out there and seeing one of the Kepler planets. Those things are light years away, but if we have the travel capacity to get there, it's not going to happen in my lifetime. I can tell you that for a fact. It's not going to happen in the next 20, 30, 40 years. But to think that something like that may or may not happen in the future is mind-boggling. And it excites me and terrifies me at the same time. Brain-connected devices. It all depends what kind of brain-connected devices we're talking about. We're talking about mobile technology, or we're talking about life support, life-maintaining machines. I don't know. Brain-connecting devices that connect to a school network for your children to learn without putting the effort in. That makes me sad. They don't learn enough these days to start with, and I think that something like that could happen, where you just beam information into children's brains. Just no. So no, I'm going for the space, because I love space.
Do you believe in God?
No. Personally, I do not. My mother believes in some form of higher power, but no, I don't. I've never have.
Would you let an android take care of your children?
Would I let... That's a bit of a hard question there, my dear. Simply for the fact that I don't have children, and I can't have children. I am pretty, I'm 95% infertile. And I've never thought... I don't like children. I'm sorry if that offends anybody out there, but I personally don't even like kids. They yell, they scream, and I don't know if it's there's a proper name for it. I'm not entirely sure what it is. But children screaming physically hurts me. Physically hurts my hearing, my eardrums, and I can't stand that. My mother doesn't get it because she's actually partially deaf. She can't hear in her ear, one of her ears. And she's like, oh, well, I can't hear it. It's all right for me. And it's like, well, it might be all right for you, but it hurts. It's actually physically hurting my ears. And I just don't... And the scream and the cry and the just... constantly vying for attention. And it's just like, would you just leave me alone for 5 minutes? I want to be able to collect my thoughts. And it's just... the fact, I just don't like kids, and I can't help that. It's just the way my brain goes on, it's the way my brain is wired. I mean, so if there was a hypothetical situation, if I had kids and there was androids, I probably actually would let them take care of them. And I know it sounds selfish, but it would, to give me a little break from those screaming children, to rest my ears, to rest my mind, just not having to think about where the kid is, what they're doing, what are they getting into, what are they eating. No, I'm sorry, but no. And that might make me sound like a selfish person, but that's just the way I work.
How much time per day would you say you spend on an electronic device?
Average time per day. It's more than 4 hours. Mostly because my work at work, the stuff I do at work, I'm at work 8 hours a week. 8 hours a day. I get half an hour for lunch, so I spend 7.5 of my day sitting at a computer doing mostly data input, putting patients' details onto the vast database out there, wherever the server is. But I do that. At the minute, I'm doing that 30 hours a week, 7.5 hours a day. And then my other day, on a Thursday, I'm still on the computer doing stuff, ordering, doing stuff. And oddly enough, going back to the children thing, oddly enough, on a Thursday, I work for the maternity department at the hospital, doing their orders, making sure they've got everything they need, and everything that's just flowing, and yeah. Anyway. So yeah, I spend... And then I get home, and my computer PC is completely different from work. Okay. And yeah, more than 4 hours.
If you needed emergency surgery, would you agree to be operated on by a machine?
Would I? We already, here in the UK, I don't know if any of them are automated systems at this point, but we do have machines that help us out during operations. Would I trust a machine to operate on me? I would like to say yes, because especially if it meant the difference between living, dying, living healthily, living with a disability. If that machine was going to offer me the chance to live with a healthy lifestyle, then yes.
Do you think one day machines could develop consciousness?
That's a hard one. I do believe that eventually machines would. It might not, like the space thing, it might not be in our lifetime, 20, 30, 40, 50 years from now. But if we develop the programs for androids or whatever, and they've got some sort of self-learning, self-aware AI program, then they could eventually learn to think and feel and do things for themselves. Ow! I'm leaning on the cupboard and now I've got a great big line on my arm. Fuck my life. So I was right. It's all opinion, but open your eyes. I'm sitting here waffling on and my eyes are shut as I'm talking. But let's have a look at where answers here and what all my rambling just got out of there. World's answers: 65% agreed with me. Ooh, 71%. Oh, so most people thought an instrument would be a smart idea. Oh, I was very much in the minority for that one. I don't... No. 50% would say yes. There's a lot of people that spend more than 4 hours on the computer. Yeah. So I was mostly in the majority there.
Hi, welcome back to Detroit. I hope you've enjoyed your experience so far.
Oh yeah. I forgot your name, by the way, but yes. Well, that was an interesting 17 minutes. Did I just really seriously waffle on for like 17 minutes there? Holy hell. So last time we were... I did this last night. Last time we were looking after Hank, who was pissed drunk. If I put him in the stripy shirt. But so I don't know where we're going this time. I don't know if we're going back to Connor, if it's Markus or Kara. And that's Kara. Kara, whatever. I'll call it whatever the fuck I want, thank you. Yeah, it's raining. Oh, this is Markus by the look of it. That's loud. So is this the... You don't think it would have been a smart idea to cover those up?
If they catch us, we're dead.
We're gonna be dead anyway.
What do we do now?
We need to find the CyberLife warehouse. That's where they keep the spare parts and the blue blood.
Follow me.
Yeah. Come on, Markus. It seems to be going alright so far.
Don't let them see us.
Well, they haven't seen us yet. My PS4's going nuts. So, are we going... We're going into the warehouse, but I'm just kind of following. Wow.
Watch out.
Now what do we do?
I'll find another way.
Yeah, we're kind of out of the loop here because we haven't got our LED anymore. Maybe that was a stupid thing to do. This was to take it out of your head. I don't think that he had this. Whoop! Sorry, I kind of glitched through your foot there. Didn't mean to do that. CyberLife. Oh, there's the warehouse. How the hell do you guys plan to get this stuff out of there, though?
Markus, climb up here.
Whoa! Do I need to keep a hold of something? Oh, fuck. Oh, still following north. I'm doing my best to keep up here.
The warehouse is up ahead. almost there.
See that. It's only like advertising your wares with big ass bright lights, isn't it?
Cyberlife warehouses. We have everything we're looking for.
First, we have to get rid of that drone.
How the fuck do you plan to do that?
Leave it to me.
How? What are you gonna do? Punch it out of the air or something? I can't just bugger off. No. So if I go over this way, it'll be too high. Never mind. Rewind. We'll be spotted. Yeah, I thought that. This take us? That'd still be too high, wouldn't it? Yeah, I thought so. So, can I get it from here? Be too far. But then where would I land? That one I want. Oh. Ah!
Markus, you alright? Nothing I can't handle.
Yeah, we're good.
Nice work.
Oh, fuck off.
Quick, open the other crates and fill your bags. Take as much as you can.
If the game would let me. I'm trying to search the crates, but fuck me if it won't actually let me in. Blue blood.
You are trespassing on private property. Your presence constitutes a level 2 infraction. I will notify security.
Yeah, well, fuck it.
John! Goddamn machine! Where is it this time? John!
I need your help.
John!
I haven't got time for this. Now we need to deal with him. Oh, fuck. Sorry! I totally dealt with this the wrong way, didn't I?
Let's finish up and get out of here. Try to find some blue blood. We still don't have enough.
I made some bad choices there. Bigger crate? Which one's the bigger crate? This one? Oh. That way. Oh. Hello.
Why aren't you like us?
haven't got time to deal with other androids at the minute, I'm afraid.
That's all we can carry. Let's go.
Take me with you.
What?
He's on their side. We can't trust him.
He took a risk for us. We can't just leave him here. We can't bring him back. It's too dangerous.
He's asking for help.
He comes with us.
Well, North can fuck off.
I know where you can find more spare parts.
What do you mean?
The trucks. They're full of biocomponents. They run on autopilot, but they can be driven manually with a key.
Where is this key?
Down there, in the control station.
How the fuck do you
There are 2 human guards. We'll have to get the key without being noticed.
This is suicide, Markus. Our bags are full. We got what we came for. Let's go before they catch us.
This is a truck full of spare parts. There'd be enough for all of us. We can't pass this up.
And if we get killed, our people will have nothing. We can't take that chance. It's too risky.
Wait here. If I'm not back in 10 minutes, go without me.
Markus.
I'm coming with you.
No, I'm going alone. It's not worth it for both of us to risk losing our lives.
Oh boy. Find the key. I mean, if there's a guard inside, I'm going to shit my pants.
Goddamn dogs. What the fuck are they barking at?
Could be the weather. They don't like storms.
Yeah, I was gonna take my kids camping this weekend. So much for that.
Is Mike still in Zone 4?
Looks like it. And he should be done already.
Better off in here than out patrolling in that.
Anything in here? That's just a bathroom, apparently. Don't do that to me. I mean, I could. No, it's too risky. Way too risky. It's on the other side for a start. Cause a blackout would be more preferable than... Oh, I'll get through that door though. Is that the choices I've got then? Create short circuit or use barrels for diversion. How the fuck do I get into that door though? This door's not gonna let me in, is it? Fucking... Oh. You need to... I need you to get in there! I can see that. I can see the key, but how the fuck do I even... This is the way into the bathroom, isn't it? Yeah, that's the bathroom. Hey!
What's going on?
Lights are still on outside. Must be the fuse box.
I got a flashlight somewhere. Here it is.
Fuses are over there.
I don't know shit about electricity. And I don't get paid to fix fuses.
Let's just flip the switch. If that doesn't work, we can call maintenance.
There must be someone in here.
You know, come
Show
on,
yourself.
come on.
We know you're here.
I don't know what you think you're doing, but you better come out right now.
Yeah!
Did you get it? Nice.
We did it! I was holding my breath through the entire thing there. Inside. Get in! Oh, do I have to drive?
Hurry,
Do
get
I
in.
actually have to drive this thing? Oh fuck. Drive out of the— oh shit bags. After I explained at the beginning of this that I can't drive. Is this just doing it automatically for me? Oh good. How the fuck do we even? So the blackout was actually the best thing because them guys couldn't actually see me through the window. Whew.
A truckload! We stole a whole truckload!
We got bio components for everybody.
We couldn't have done it without Markus.
Thank you. Wow, everybody's respect just...
I came to Jericho because here androids are free. Free to live in the dark, hoping that no one finds us. Free to die in silence, waiting for a change that's never gonna come.
Hmm.
But I don't want that freedom. And I'm not gonna beg for the right to smile, or love, or stand tall. I don't know about you, but there's something inside me that knows that I am more than what they say. I am alive, and they're not gonna take that from me anymore. Our days of slavery are over. What humans don't want to hear, we will tell them. What they don't want to give, we take. We are people. We are alive. We are free.
Yeah. He has got to be the same model as Daniel. Because good Christ almighty. Got the exact same face and everything. We did have to kill somebody though. Which wasn't the best idea, but... what else could we do? Oh, there was a whole other... so that could have ended horribly by the look of it.